How much alcohol should you drink a day? Or should you drink it at all? Crops, corn or maize, is widely grown in the USA to make ethanol for car fuel. Fuel made from plant material using yeast or bacteria is called biofuel. So, what is alcohol? How much alcohol should you drink a day? How is it made? The alcohols are the family of organic compounds that contain oxygen and hydrogen group. The one that you know and love the best is ethyl alcohol, also called ethanol or grain alcohol. Ethanol is the alcohol in alcoholic drinks. It is a good solvent. It dissolves many substances that do not dissolve in water. It evaporates easily. That makes it a suitable solvent to use in glues, printing inks, perfumes, and aftershave. How is alcohol produced? Alcohol is made in two ways. One is fermentation, which is the biological way, and the other one is the hydration of ethane, which is the chemical way. First, by fermentation, ethanol is made from glucose using yeast, in the absence of air. Glucose, by using enzymes in yeast, it breaks down into ethanol and carbon dioxide and some energy. Yeast is a mass of living cells. The enzymes in it catalyze the reaction. This process is called fermentation, and it is exothermic. Ethanol can be made in this way from any substance that contains sugar, starch, or cellulose. For example, it can be made from sugarcane, maize, potatoes, and wood. When to stop the process? The yeast stops working when the percentage of ethanol reaches a certain level, or if the mixture gets too warm. The ethanol is separated from the final mixture by fractional distillation. The second method is by the hydration of ethane, the chemical way. Hydration means water is added on. The reaction is reversible and exothermic. High pressure and a low temperature would give the best yield, but in practice the reaction is carried out at 570 degrees Celsius to give a decent rate of reaction. A catalyst is also used to speed up the reaction. How much alcohol should you drink a day? Or should you drink it at all? To have an idea, in the United States, a standard drink contains 14 grams or 1.2 tablespoons of pure alcohol. 12 ounces of beer have 5% alcohol content. 8 ounces of malt liquor contain 7% alcohol content. 5 ounces of wine contain 12% alcohol content. 1.5 ounces of 80 proof of distilled spirits or liquor that include gin, rum, vodka, and whiskey contain 40% alcohol content. What does that tell you? Alcohol is a toxic and psychoactive substance with dependence-producing properties. In many of today's societies, alcoholic beverages are a routine part of the social landscape for many in the population. Is alcohol harmful to your health? Alcohol consumption contributes to 3 million deaths each year globally, as well as to the disabilities and poor health of millions of people. Here are some effects of alcohol on health. For the brain, alcohol interferes with the brain's communication pathways and can affect the way the brain looks and works. These disruptions can change mood and behavior and make it harder to think clearly and move with coordination. On heart, drinking a lot over a long time or too much on a single occasion can damage the heart, causing problems including stroke and high blood pressure. On the liver, heavy drinking takes a toll on the liver and can lead to a variety of problems and liver inflammations. You are more likely to get cancer. Based on extensive reviews of research studies, there is a strong scientific consensus of an association between alcohol drinking and several types of cancer. In its report on carcinogens, the National Toxicology Program of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services lists consumption of alcoholic beverages as a known human carcinogen. Breast cancer. More than 100 epidemiologic studies have looked at the association between alcohol consumption and the risk of breast cancer in women. These studies have consistently found an increased risk of breast cancer associated with increasing alcohol intake. What are the 4 types of alcohol? The 4 types of alcohol are ethyl, denatured, isopropyl, and rubbing. What are the symptoms of drinking too much alcohol? Symptoms of alcohol overdose include mental confusion, difficulty remaining conscious, vomiting, trouble breathing, slow heart rate, and extremely low body temperature. Why is ethanol used as a fuel? Ethanol burns well in oxygen, giving out plenty of heat. Alcohol is increasingly used as a fuel for so many reasons. First, the ethanol molecule contains oxygen. It allows the engine to more completely combust a fuel, resulting in fewer emissions. Second, it can be made quite cheaply from waste plant materials. Third, many countries have no petroleum of their own and have to buy it from other countries. It costs a lot, so ethanol is an attractive option. Fourth, ethanol has less impact on carbon dioxide levels than fossil fuels do. In Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, cars run mainly on ethanol made from sugarcane. Is ethanol harmful to the environment? Like fossil fuels, ethanol does produce carbon dioxide when it burns. This is a greenhouse gas linked to global warming. But ethanol has less impact on carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere because although carbon dioxide is given out when ethanol burns, it is taken in by plants being grown to make more ethanol. Here are some drawbacks of ethanol. More and more crops are being grown to make ethanol for cars, but that takes up a lot of land. It means less land to grow crops for food. A shortage of food crops means a rise in food prices. When food prices rise, it affects poor people the most. These are the reasons why many people are against growing crops to make ethanol. They say, feed people, not cars. By contrast, the carbon dioxide given out when fossil fuels burn was taken in from the atmosphere many millions of years ago. Hey, if you have learned something new today and want to become a more proactive person, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends.